Getting started with our brand new character here in Everquest 2. This is the character that I made up yesterday. Her name is Ravinia, and here she is just starting out, a brand new character, or as we call them in Everquest 2, a toon. You can swing the camera view around. What buttons you use will depend on the mouse you're using. I'm using a trackball mouse. So here's what Ravinia looks like in Frostfang Sea in the starting zone. Before we get started, let's get acquainted with some of the features here on EverQuest 2. Let's look at the side menu. Down here in the corner, there is a left-hand lower corner. There is an EverQuest 2 icon. If you click on it, you have options. There is camp, and when you go to camp, you have several options. You can camp to your character selection menu and switch to another character. You can camp to your desktop, get totally out of the game, or you can camp to your login. You can also exit EverQuest 2 without camping, which is quicker, but if you're in a place where your character might die or get, it's not a good idea to do that. There's also report a bug. If something is wrong with the game, you can report it to Sony. There is a help menu, which has various information on it. It's not a very extensive help menu, but it might help you some if you need some questions answered. There's the Welcome to EverQuest 2, which just gives you the starting little menu square here. There are the socials, where you can have your character do things, and they're called emotes. Let's see if we can find the one for hello. Where is it? Oh yes, here, hello. And this is what she does.
Hello.
When you use that, you can drag these and put them down on.
Help is coming. Help.
You can drag them and put them on your hotbar, except I seem to be just swinging the camera around instead. Not quite sure why that is. I should be able to just click and drag it. There we go. I got it on the hotbar. The hotbar has buttons that you will use during the game. So it's down here on the hotbar, and I can click it, and she'll say hello. Those are the socials, and there are a lot of them. You could fill up an entire hotbar just with those. The SOE emote that gets you voice chat, and I think they have camera capabilities now too, which I haven't gotten into. Recipes, which she doesn't have any yet because she hasn't started trade skilling. That'll come in the future. Options. Now, this is an important one. This lets you change a lot of things like your display, your performance. If your game is running slow, there are a lot of things that you can do in the performance about changing the texture resolution and things like that to make it run better. There's the marketplace, which is where Sony sells things for what they call station cash, and you can buy station cash from them for real money. There is the map, and you can get this up by just clicking M as well, which is what I usually do. And since we got the EQ2 interface maps, these maps have a lot of information on them. Mail. Here's where you can click on and get your mail. I have a couple mails here. One is from Everquest saying welcome, and the other one is about a festival that's going on in Norath at the moment. If you notice behind me, there is a another character. You can tell it's a character because the name is in this blue color up above her head. She's a newly born character as well, and she's being run by another player. Going on with the menu, there's looking for group. Now this doesn't, you can try to get in a group, but honestly this does not seem to work well. I wouldn't even waste my time with it. Seems like nobody uses that. Then there's your knowledge book, which has all the things that you know, your spells and such. Here are the 2 spells that she starts out with. Her various abilities that she has, like you can run, walk, follow another character, etc. And a call to home, which has not been set yet, do ranged attacks. These can also be, the knowledge book can also be accessed from down here in the lower right corner. There's the first button down there gets you the knowledge book. The journal is where you keep all your quests. No quest yet. Also, this can also be gotten down here. No, that's the alternative. It's achievements. Way over here at the right is the journal in the lower right-hand corner. Housing and leaderboards. This is various housings that you can go, other people have that you could go to visit. There's a tab for my houses. So far she does not have any. Can buy houses, but these that are listed here require station cash. And you can visit a bunch of houses here if you wanted to go visit someone else's house. Guild, we'll get to that later. This is where you go looking for a guild, and later I will be putting Ravenia in my guild because I have my own guild on Permafrost. There's the Dungeon Maker, where you can go into dungeons that players have made. And if you have the part of the game that allows you to make dungeons, you can do that as well. That's where, but I don't think that comes on the free account. And there's a dungeon finder, but you have to be level 20 or above. She isn't. Community, this is where you can have friends, other players. You can put them on their list, and then they'll show up when it'll let you know when they come online, come into the game. Claim rewards. Sometimes you get rewards. Oh, a welcome home potion pack. You get 1 of those. 1 per character. Okay, let's go ahead and claim that. And a veteran's reward pack for 1 day, and that gives us a bag. We'll claim that. Then there's your character menu. You can get to this by hitting C. Here you can see your equipment. These are your various pieces of armor. If you right-click on them, you can examine them, and they'll tell you what they do. The mitigation is how much protection it gives. The appearance tab, nothing in it yet, but you can wear things that are just appearance. For example, I could have her wearing a dress for appearance, but having the protection of the armor. Skills, these go up as you get better at things. There's crushing, focus, and slashing. That's for combat, and skills for spell casting. Factions, you'll make enemies with various factions and as you go through the game. Right now, the only one that really likes us is the city of New Hallis, and the city of Freeport, which is evil, and the city of Neriac absolutely dislike us. They're in red. Passive effects are some abilities that you have that work all the time. Mounts, well, you don't have a mount yet, but we will. Mercenary requires account feature mercenary, so apparently you do not get that on the free-to-play account. You have to buy it, and you can do that in their marketplace for station cash. Currency, there's some kinds of currencies that are not money, or not the regular money, and those will be shown here. Housing, don't have a house yet. Don't have any dungeons. A biography, you can write about yourself if you like. Options, this is an important one. When you are level 20, I think, you get to choose a last name. And sometimes you will get titles for doing things, and you can use those. There are character flags. One is anonymous, which means nobody will know things like your guild or where you're playing if they look you up. Role-playing, not quite sure what that means. People don't generally use it. Away from keyboard if you're going to be away. And recruiting for guild if you belong to a guild and they want you to be a guild recruiter. Now here's an important one, head cover. Show hood or helm. You can show a helm, you can show a hood, or you can hide it. Let's go with hide it so we can show our hair. And that gear you can choose to show a cloak, show your melee weapons, or show an equipped bow. She doesn't have a cloak at the moment, so we'll go with show melee weapons. Hide my illusion form. Sometimes you will get things that will make it look like you're something else. You might get a totem that turns you into a tiger. You can click that, and then you will never look like the tiger. Even though you get the benefits of the totem, you'll still continue to look like a human being. Display heraldry on cloak. Once you have a guild, you can choose that, and the guild heraldry will be displayed on your cloak. Voice, emote. Right now it said it brute female. I don't think I like that. Let's see what we can choose. There's cheerful, flirty, tranquil, valorous. Let's go with valorous. Okay? And privacy, you can choose to decline duels, which I think I'll do. Decline trades, you don't want to do that. Decline group invites, raid invites, guild invites, voice chat invites, or decline Legends of North challenge, which is a card game, and hide achievements if you want to. Auto attack mode, automatic, and that's all that is important there. EQ2 share, you can enable Facebook updates and Twitter updates. Honestly, I haven't done that yet, so I'm not quite sure what is involved. But that is the basics of the screen that you'll be working with.